Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. You're watching StarLadder Star Series, and this is a game between Sigma International and QPAD Red Pandas. We are in day 22 of 30 days of group stages, or perhaps even 29 days of group stages. I feel like I might have missed a day somewhere. No, it is day 22, but there's not that many days left. Let's just put it at that. And of course, this is game 5 out of 7 games. So after this one, we're still having 2 games. Both, by the way, featuring Na'Vi. So we're going to have Fnatic versus Na'Vi and SSD versus Na'Vi. But for this game, Sigma is actually kind of needed to win. Now, of course, on paper, that shouldn't be too big of a deal because Sigma has been doing really well. They are 10 games played. 8 wins, 2 losses. QPAD won 3 games, lost 7. So they haven't really been doing all that great. And they are playing with quite a few stand-ins as well, while Sigma has their full lineup. So on paper, that should be a decent game, but Sigma, they cannot lose focus because they still have got some of the tougher teams still to face. And they have to win this in order to make sure that they still have got a bit of a margin of error should they indeed find themselves losing up against, for example, tomorrow up against Na'Vi, or maybe what else are they facing? Let's take a look. Maybe on Saturday, they're going to be facing Rocks. They're going to be facing Power Rangers and Fnatic. They still have so many difficult games to do here in the StarLadder that they can't really afford to lose any of the games anymore. For Sigma, they have got the same starting build as the previous game with a Bane and a Crystal Maiden picked up again. And QPAD, they pick up the Slark and the VIII, so Mirana left alone this time, but the rest all looks the same as previous game. Abaddon and OD banned out, as well as the Elder Titan and the Alchemist. Now the Timbersaw as well did their homework, or at least saw the previous game perhaps. I'm gonna assume that QPAD is also gonna ban out that Mirana still. I mean, that's just a hero that you don't really want to give to Sigma, especially not considering the track record they've had with that hero.
10 seconds remaining.
And, well, we'll see. I do like QPAD going for the Slark and the VIII. I mean, it offers a bit of everything, basically. Has got a good support with nukage. Can be a safe lane support, can be aggressive tri-lane support. And if it's a safe lane up against an aggressive tri-lane, very strong support as well. And we know that Arman is kind of a beast with his VIII. On top of that, a Slark has got the potential to carry, has got the potential to play very aggressive in the middle game, and is not easily gankable. So 2 very solid picks, I'd say. And Sigma actually bans out the Venomancer, making sure that they're not going to be able to pick up that support anymore. Though personally, if you combine the VIII up with its secondary support, I normally like to see more of a support that can actually disable. So I'm talking about Nyx Assassin, maybe even a Sand King, as we have been seeing coming off from Asian Dota. And actually, it is Puck's, or Fada's Puck, that they ban out, meaning that Mirana is still in the pool. Sigma could potentially still pick that up, but they first pick up a Nature's Prophet. So that's probably going to be Miguel's hero. Now, we've seen Soxka playing that Mirana as well as Fada. They have been playing it on all 3 locations. So it's still an option for them. Let's see if QPAD is going to allow that to be an option, though. They can, of course, still select it for themselves if they want to.
10 seconds remaining.
And they don't really have any pressure to pick up the support right now. Like, they have got 1 support left to pick up, but they don't have to be afraid that Sigma is going to snatch it up before them, because obviously they already got their 2 supports. Safe and secure. Crystal Maiden, Bane. I do like that in a dual lane combination, as we saw in the previous game. The dual lane with those 2 is just, it's just solid. That's what it is. I mean, it's not necessarily overpowered or mega strong. It's just solid.
Radiant team
offers a lot of safety, offers a lot of potential as well in terms of counter initiation if need be. If you're gonna see a Lifestealer Bane again, I mean, we saw that in the previous game leading to the first blood. And Crystal Maiden can basically support anything that she wants to. Bedrider, the pickup for QPAD. Of course, also a hero that we can see on the off lane or in the jungle or in the mid lane. Or in the safe lane if they want to run an aggressive tri-lane, but at least a very versatile hero. And that's an important pickup for them. I mean, they are still the underdog, so they can't really get it from like having a solid draft, like the draft that everybody gets. Everybody knows what you want to do with it, and then, you know, win from that. But they have to have that element of surprise. That's their factor here that they have against Sigma. That Sigma might not know everybody of QPAD all that much, especially not since they're playing with 3 stand-ins. Our man has been drafting for them for a while, and he has tagged under QPAD before, but afterwards he has also tagged under stand-in again, and it's not really known what he actually is, if he is a stand-in or if he is actually picked up or not. So far though, these are stand-ins that they have used more often, so they know what they can be getting themselves into, and they are used to playing together. As the Bristleback gets picked up by QPAD, so that's another secure hero, safe hero, that does need quite a bit of farm in the early game though, but if it is going to be 2 dual lanes, should be able to at least harass enough to make sure that he gets some decent farm going for him.
10 seconds remaining.
One more hero left to be picked up for either team, but first of course in comes the bans.
5 seconds remaining.
With Sigma probably banning out a support. I mean, we know that the Bristleback is going to be a core Bat Rider as well. If QPAD wants to be really greedy... Sorry, microphone sounds. Just have to make sure that you don't hear weird sounds. But if QPAD wants to be really greedy, then they can be. They can just make sure that they pick themselves up a mid-hero, put Bat Rider in the jungle. I'm not sure if they should, because, I mean, as I said, it is greedy, and it does kind of give away what you're going for, and it kind of allows Sigma to be extra aggressive, which is not something that you really want to be looking towards, because Sigma already is a fairly aggressive team that will take you down if they have the chance.
Dire team ban.
And there goes the ban out for the Enchantress. So they do still ban out a hero that they would be getting quite greedy with. I mean, a support going into the jungle. There is, I mean, if they still want to do that, there's still the Enigma in the pool. So they don't really have to go for anything like an Enchantress. Enigma Chen as well, of course, still in there. Life Stealer is the one that gets banned out by QPAD. Strong ban, as we saw. They used that in the previous game with that Bane dual lane. It might not be the dual lane that they want to go for. I mean, after all, Nature's Prophet is in the pool, so they don't necessarily need to go for dual lanes. They can just put Nature's Prophet on the off lane, Crystal Maiden in the jungle, Bane supporting Luna. That's pretty solid already. Yes, that is indeed a Luna, so a heavy push lineup coming from Sigma. I'll say heavy push. It's not necessarily all push heroes, because of course we've seen Luna just with a decent carry as well, and Nature's Prophet just play pushing. But all heroes have got some kind of extra gimmicky thing for pushing, as of course we have the Lunar Blasting, we have the Dragon Form, and we have the Treant. So it's pretty scary, I find, from Sigma, because when they win a fight, if they win a fight, which of course is going to be an if, they will be able to take down towers very fast. And once that ball starts rolling, it will be very difficult for QPAD to stop that from happening, unless that Bat Rider can get himself up to scratch and can get himself, of course, up to a decent farming state where he has that Blink Dagger on 4 staff and can just, if Sigma is going to start pushing, they can at least pick someone up, or at least grab someone out of the lineup of Sigma and pick him up before Sigma actually starts with their push. So I like the Bat Rider indeed in this scenario. I do think there's a lot of pressure on him to do well. Enigma will indeed be their last pickup, so that's more potential for if they are indeed gonna 5-man against QPAD. Then of course Enigma, if he has a Blink Dagger, he can turn it around with a Black Hole if that's properly put down. And well, we'll see. We'll see where they end up to. Of course, once again, for people wondering where G-Advance went to, well, I don't know. He disconnected and he abandoned me. So many have done before, but it is, wow, that sounds depressing actually, sorry for that. But, no, his internet dropped away, so we're probably gonna hope, well, I'm gonna hope that he is back here for the next game, but no guarantee that will actually happen. As we do have a, well, we're waiting for the Bristleback to be picked up. There we go. Sorted. Let's take a look at who is playing what this game, as we do have QPAD playing from the Dire side. And of course, once again, you're watching StarLadder, Star Series. Season 8, Day 22, Game 5 of 7. And QPAD, well, they don't really have a chance to go to Kiev at all anymore. They just have to make sure that they're not going to end up in the bottom 4. And now, the bottom 2 already are already spoken for, because those are the 2 teams that have dropped out of Star Series. But the 2 above that still have to play regulation matches, and they want, of course, win a game. QPAD, if they do, they have a better chance of not having to play regulation matches. Just to take a quick peek here, if they play, or if they win one more game, and then win up against OSG, if they've already faced those, then, like, you don't want to be in the bottom 2, so you have to end up above OSG, in this case, for QPAD. Head-to-head does count, by the way, if things are tied, so keep that in mind. That also goes for the top. Also goes for the top 4 that go to Kiev. Head to head is important, is a factor. As we do, like on the right side, actually we don't have anybody left that can go to Kiev. On the left side, we actually have got ourselves still 8 teams left that have a chance to go to Kiev. The next case in Power Rangers, their chances are quite low. But for example, there are still quite a few teams that still have to face each other, like Navi and SSD. One of these 2 teams tonight is going to be on 4 losses. That means that they might still have a chance to go to Kiev, but it's very minimal because it depends on other people losing their games rather than them winning their games, even though they still have to win their games. So that's something to watch out for. And of course, as said, for Sigma, they still have to face a lot of these top teams. Sigma still has to face Navi, have to face Fnatic, and so they cannot lose any unnecessary game because there's still going to be some tough games for them ahead, including tomorrow, by the way. Tomorrow they will be going up against Navi. Let's take a look at who's playing what. That was what I was doing, wasn't I? Yes, I was. Okay, so our man will play the Enigma. He'll be going into the jungle with that, no surprise. Blue Banana will take on the Slark. He is the farmer for that team. VIII will take on the mid lane. He'll play the Bat Rider. Durham will be on the Visage, and off lane it will be Shizzles playing the Bristleback. And that's everybody for QPAD, as they will be facing, of course, Sigma. Sigma International will have Soxka playing the Luna, now called Paris, and he has got the set of a Nuxie. That's a pretty decent set. Although, most of all, I like the shield. And normally I like mounts more, so that says something about the mount, but I do like the set. Indeed. We have got Mad playing the Bane. It will be Fada playing his Dragon Knight with Pass on the Crystal Maiden once again. And of course, last but not least, it is the offlaner for Sigma International. It is Miguel playing the Nature's Prophet, as we do have a pause. I don't know why necessarily. Schönes Anzeigbild blue. Anzeigbild? I think it's Avatar. Blue Banana has got a tree, I think. Well, it's not really all that clear, is it? Well, oh well. We don't really have a reason for the pause, or at least... There we go, voice problems. That is the answer here. So we're gonna have to wait and see how things are turning out when... Wow, he is not very happy. That's all German. Of course I can read German, but he is not saying friendly language. Verdammt. Verdammt nochmal. Well, I guess it's not that bad. Shizzles. How to pronounce Shizzles? Well, we just did it. S-L-H-Z. S-L-H-G. Well, there we have it. That's gonna be no more Shizzles, but it's gonna be S-L-H-Z. S-L-H-Z, S-L-H-G, S-L-H-G, S-L-H-G. It's a very annoying word to say a lot of the time, but we'll see. Looks like a fair, like, it's an uncommon sword, but it looks pretty boss. Look, it's quite big also. You can call me Dirty Rodriguez. Fada wants to be called Dirty Rodriguez. Well, we can make that happen, can't we? Pedro Ramon de la Constanza Plaza. Well, I attempted Spanish. We do still have the pause. I have business in the house in 45 minutes. Well, that sounds a bit awkward. Can we go Dota? Well, that's a question that I would like to have answered as well. Oh, I really hope G-Advance will be back here at some point before the next game, because it would be really nice to have a co-caster for Navi versus Fnatic. I mean, it's going to be such a good game, and then want to have a co-caster. Yeah, please. Two minutes and then we're resuming. Let's not cross... Oh, we're gonna do some turtle. Let's not cross the minutes for... That would be the most boring game ever. Not crossing the river for 30 minutes straight, right? That wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be good whatsoever. Well, while we're waiting, I mean, we're gonna wait for apparently 2 more minutes. I want to look at the scores again because I already mentioned that Na'Vi and SS... Like, I'm more thinking about which teams of the top 8 still have to face each other, right? That's gonna be the main thing here. So, as I said, Na'Vi and SSD still have to face each other. And I will go back to the game once the unpause happens, by the way. It doesn't happen just yet. Nobody is typing anything anymore either, so you're not missing anything. So Na'Vi SSD, Fnatic Sigma still, but both of those still have 2 losses, so that's okay still. Let's see, 3 losses. Let's see who Lions 2 has to face, because the Lions 2 has 3 games in total. And it's not going to be today, it's not going to be tomorrow. They're going to have them all after New Year's. They're going to face Poseidon, which should be a decently done match. They're going to still face SSD. That's going to be, like, Alliance SSD is going to be the bigger one. And Alliance Next KZ is still going to happen as well. Not an easy one for them either. And then, which other? Next KZ, they already have 4 losses now, so... I'm gonna try and Rockskist. Rockskist, who did they still face? They still face, they still have 6 games to go. That's a lot, actually. It's only 1 after New Year, where they're facing Mousesports. And then between Christmas and New Year, we have got Rockskist facing Fnatic. That's also an interesting game, by the way, because Fnatic also can't really lose that much more anymore. So that's gonna be an interesting game for most. Sigma will still face Rockskist as well. And Rockskist will also still face Next KZ. And tomorrow they're gonna face Virtus Pro, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue for Rockskist, I think. Yeah, quite a few important matches here still. I mean, it's so close for all these teams, right? I mean, it was close last year as well. Last season, rather. But not near the end anymore. Like, I guess last season, overall, like, all 18 or all 16 teams, because then there were 16 teams, not 18 teams. All 16 teams were closer together. There was a smaller gap in between the number 16 and the number 5. And still a decent gap between the number 6 and the number 1. But now we have got a very strong top 8-ish. And just a couple of teams that are just falling off the wagon here. But it's very risky business for all the teams here. And they have to be so on point. And even though last season, you know what? It wasn't that big of a deal that they couldn't go to Kiev. Because the prize pool wasn't as big as this one. But if you don't go this time, you're going to miss out on so much money. Because that is going to be the one thing. Let's see what people just said. QPAD will forfeit if they don't finish in 40 minutes. Your drug dealer seems pretty accurate. Okay, fair enough. Well, we already introduced the players, and as I said, it's an important match for Sigma because they have got still some difficult teams to face later on in the season. Now, we do have got ourselves a safe lane on the Slark by the looks of it. Off lane for the Enigma, or at least he's going to deny a creep there. It might not actually be in the off lane because it might be the off lane for Bristleback, and indeed it is. Will at least be helped by our men denying that creep, that's for sure. Mid lane goes for Batrider, so I guess not really all that much surprising things happening on the side of QPAD. Let's see how Sigma is going to deal with it, because they do have everybody roaming around on the top lane. And even though I'm expecting Soxguard to still rotate bottom, I would be kind of happy if there was an aggressive tri-lane, because aggressive tri-lanes are fun. But no, never mind that. Fada goes back middle. We do have Mad thinking about placing some wards. Now he'll be scouted out because Durham is seeing him. Or is he not? No, he's not. Mad did see him though. Oh, now they see him. Now they know. Enigma will have a bit of a tougher time, therefore. But it's only 1 ward so far, or is it going to be 2? It's going to be 2. Okay, there you have it then. Soxka, gonna leave the Invis rune for pass so he can get some extra harassment in perhaps, or a bit of a free frostbite perhaps even. We do have Miguel by himself on the offlane for now, but it looks like he's going to be helped by Bane. Bane for now, he's standing here to block this camp, to make sure there's not going to be a small camp. That's all he's doing. He might rotate afterwards, but for now he's just being a human ward. If he spends the next couple of minutes being human ward, then it actually wouldn't be even too bad. I mean, they're just shutting down Enigma that way, and Enigma, He is going to be denying... he already denied a creep bottom. He's now going to deny creep middle. And I guess if you're going to deny creeps, then... Oh, wait a second. Do we already have a first blood? The frostbite, the free frostbite was there. They are going to get the bristle back. One more hit will do the job. Oh, the right click from the Crystal Maiden. Pass. Takes it home. The free frostbite, as said, that Invis rune did the job. In the meantime, looks like we got ourselves maybe a first blood happening here as well, with the Treants being... the Treants blocking Durham. The pause coming out. This is... Normally, the pause could mess up blocks. That's something that is a thing. Kinda. Durham has paused, but there's going to be a brain sap for Man, so he's going to get this kill. Yes, actually, is he already brain sapping? No, this is just a right click hitting. So, in the meantime, Blue Banana is not going to be there in time to help out. He didn't skill anything just yet either. We do have a pause coming out from QPAD. I'm not sure why. As Mad, yeah, Man says, yeah, never mind that. Dragonite's going to have a difficult time up against a Bat Rider here. Now, we know that Dragonite overall doesn't lose lanes. And I don't think that's going to be any different here, but it is very easy to do. Like, with the knowledge that you are a Dragonite and that you normally don't lose lanes, it is very easy to actually get overconfident with that statement and still lose your lane because you make movements that you cannot do. And that's something that this Fada has to be careful about. He does, however, have a magic stick, so he should always be staying alive. VIII, it is very easy to assume that you're a Bat Rider so you can take down anybody mid, but it's Frederick Malretto. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look. Durham will still die, I would assume. The slow is there. Brain step? There we go.
Sapphire in the womb of Niktasha.
Niktasha. Blue Banana just gets some harassment. He will eat a tango for it, and actually able to get quite a bit of harassment in. And with that, of course, giving free farm to Miguel. I mean, Nature's Prophet on the offlanes don't normally expect free farm. That's why you are Nature's Prophet for. I mean, even if you do bad on the offlane, you can still get back up into the game by just having yourself that Hand of Midas later on. But if he is going to be doing okay here, then, well, then that's a very scary Nature's Prophet. Then he is going to be maybe not even building a Hand of Midas and just going to be dominating early on, going to be pressuring the lanes early on, pressuring QPAD's lanes. And we do know that the push of Sigma is quite substantial. And if they can make sure that QPAD is taking a long time to get all their items up, is taking a long time to get all their heroes online, like blocking the Enigma in the jungle, we do have a bit of a go here. Maybe, no, not anymore. We had a bit of a go there on the mid lane. VIII, I believe he's just doing this to make sure that Fada cannot go for the rune. Because right now... Oh, denied. Crystal Main just destroyed the illusion rune. Very nicely done. We do have VIII knowing that the rune is bottom because he has a ward top and he didn't see it bottom. So that's going to be him realizing, yeah, he's not going to get that. In the meantime, Mad, locked in by enemy creeps. He is still going to have a brain set. The pound still hits. Nature's Prophet coming in. Blue Banana is the one to go down, or is he? Not just yet. Nightmare from Mad. He will live to save the day. Or will he save the day? He's not going to save Miguel anyway. Miguel's not going to teleport out either. Mad looks to be living through it all. And he is the one to get maybe Miguel's blood in his hands. He might still be thinking about going in though. If he can get a brain step in, if the harassment is going to be enough, then perhaps he can. But he doesn't have the mana for it and his clarity isn't coming in time. At least Blue Banana wasn't able to die there. So, Sigma, they get themselves another kill. I say another kill. Did someone, like... Why is there a kill? Why is there an extra kill going the way? Oh, Visage died twice, of course. Never mind. What? Did Bane still kill off the Visage for the second time? Did I miss that one? I guess I did. No, I did not. I missed the first blood. Did I? No, I didn't. I feel stupid right now. No, I didn't. That one's bottom lane. Damn. Forgot about that kill already. Nice pounce. Oh, that took a long time. See, if I had a co-caster, I would not be so confused. Oh, that's Mad looking for brain sap. Finds it up on Blue Banana. Just forcing him to use more regen, and hey, look at that, he's out of regen. Durham does have a self, though. He can give it to Blue Banana, but they're still getting chased, so they're gonna have to make sure that they are not gonna have the self ticked off straight away. Wow, that was very confusing there for me for a second. Pass. In the meantime, he's jungling. No surprise there. He's not needed on the bottom lane. The Soxka will get free farm. In the meantime, it is Shizzles or SLHZ trying to stack this camp, but that's not possible because that one creep did not move. And they did counter ward the ward that was placed there by Sigma, so they are actually able to stack right now, but we'll see. One thing that's also pretty scary, that even if they do stack, Sigma has got a way better lineup to take care of those ancients than QPAD has. And if they are indeed gonna stack, then Sigma can just maybe snipe it with the Luna and with the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight only needs his level 2 Dragon form and his AoE is there. In the meantime, Bane has completely left the top lane right now. He might be going for this middle lane though. Dragon form comes out as well as Dragon Tail. In comes Mad with the Brain Sap. This should be a kill if there's gonna be another yeah, that's gonna be a kill right there. 7 stacks of sticky napalm though. And actually, Dragon Knight, well, still picking up the kill. Only because VIII was greedy there and looked to go back in there, waiting for the fire to be gone. Mad does not have any regen to give to Dragon Knight, and he doesn't have a bottle, but at least he's going to be able to take... does have a bottle, never mind. Courier just brought a refill, so... And that's going to be him getting back up to full health. In the meantime, Bane does rotate top again. Good rotations coming out from Mad this game. Been involved in 2 out of the 3 kills already. And VIII back in the mid lane, but now slightly behind. As I say, slightly behind, but Dragon Knight's level 7-ish. Almost level 7, 1 creep away from 7, while VIII is still not level 6. And is still taking a lot of harassment. There's not that much mana up on Dragon Knight. He still gets a Dragon Tail off though. Can he do enough damage is the question. Without that bottle, one more hit needed. He will not get the kill actually. And he has to get himself out. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, Bristleback goes down. That's the first Eclipse used. Looks like Shocksky makes it out alive. And on the top lane, it is going to be a visit to die. And that is going to be the kill going the way of Niche Prophet. And they also get a tower. Fortification comes out, teleporting incoming from the Visage. They still want to take this, they still want to defend their tower, but it's not going to be easy. Pounce in, Brain Sap still. Blue Banana will end up going down, but they are going to pick up Mad. One more hit needed. Oh, stick charges! They keep him up. In comes our man. He does have a Malefice, but he doesn't go for Mad. He goes for Miguel instead. Miguel cannot teleport himself out, but perhaps he is going to get Durham still. The creeps. Yep, that's a double kill, and the smoke does not work for our man because Bane is still around. He knows it too, but he's not going to try it. He feels like he might die himself, especially with the Brain Sap still on board for Mad. Now it's out. Maybe now he can make something happen. Now he might be able to get a kill, but he doesn't have any mana, and he needs to have some help. Oh, that's not going to be any help. Hello, Dragon Knight, with Courier following you around. I mean, sure, that's going to be a Shagbug that wants to be in the action. I don't blame him. Free kill going the way of the Dragon Knight, baited out by the Bane hanging around there. In the meantime, in the middle lane, VIII goes for a Crystal Main. Last 2 actually used on that one, and he should be able to get this kill with 3 stacks of Sticky Napalm on there. 4 stacks right now. Nightmare comes out. Mad will save the life of Pass. Is it going to be enough? Did VIII just kill himself? Yes, he did, and he killed himself for a Crystal Main, so at least he gets something in return, but that is not a worthy trade by any stretch. So this is going to be Sigma getting so far ahead. In even 7 minutes into this game, they're ahead in all 3 lanes. Of course, a safe farming Luna, nothing beats that basically, unless you got a lot of kills, which is the case because there's 2 kills for the Dragon Knight, and he is indeed getting ahead here on this middle lane. We've got the gold grab reaching 7k in favor of Sigma, and I mean that's gonna be a pretty tough cookie to deal with. That is for sure. So I'm kind of worried for QPAD at this moment because they are still not ready to fight this. They need to have a Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider before they can actually do anything against this. I mean, the Bristleback is not going to be doing enough. He needs a Vanguard, and on top of that, he does kind of need a bit of levels as well. So do need to have a bit more than what he has right now. And maybe they can get something with a black hole, which would be, if it's a good black hole, then yeah, they can, but they need so much to follow up on it, and Slark is still level 5, so he is not ready yet, and at the same time, VIII, Brain Sap, or Fiend Script rather, that's going to be another kill for the Dragon Knight. It is going to be Sigma's lineup, who is completed way earlier than Sigma's lineup, than the QPAD's lineup rather. Sigma, they're just ready for action, ready for fights. In the meantime, Shocksky is still farming freely. I mean, everybody is getting forced to the top lane, to the mid lane, to defend their heroes, but they're forgetting the Luna that is still free farming. So in a way, QPAD is fighting 4 on 5, and they're still not being able to take the better of that one. Durham, he really wants to get a level 6. He needs to get that because, of course, his familiars are going to be needed to take this fight, are going to be needed to help out. In the meantime, rotation coming in, pass, looking for the frostbite, we'll find it as well, bristleback. It's not going to be enough with those quills, or maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Losing people finish it off, though. Malefic's coming in too late. Enigma, he might be looking for the black hole, but there would be a crystal main right there to frostbite, and that's going to be enough. The tower has already dropped, our men already forced back. Soul sums it up on Miguel, he's out of mana. He tries to run, he has got those phase boots for the extra speed. Blue Banana, he won't get the pounds in, or will he? Nope. Gets Duke, does pop his Shadow Dance, looks for a target. VIII, frostbitten, Count Lasso, goes down with the ship. In the meantime, on the backside, it was Enigma that died to the Dragon Knight who was hasted, came in from behind. And it is Sigma that is just wrecking the place right now. 10k gold in their favor, and they're not even 10 minutes into this game. They are winning this game, and that is something that QPAD knows. The GG gets called 9.5 minutes in. That is the GG that QPAD gives Sigma in this win. But as said, it was a pretty important one, even though it wasn't the toughest of opponents. They do need these wins. Anyways, we are going to jump ourselves to the 6th game of the night. We are going to see 2 games of Na'Vi in a row. It is going to be first Fnatic versus Na'Vi, and then followed by Na'Vi taking on super strong dinosaurs. 2 games that Na'Vi cannot afford to lose. And I say that with a bit of extra emphasis, and I hope you heard that. If they lose one of the games, there's still a chance they go to Kiev, but it's not up to them anymore. It's up to others. They need to win these games. Fnatic is still allowed to lose 1 game. SSD is in the same boat as Na'Vi. They need to win this game. So, especially our last game of the day, which is SSD taking on Na'Vi, that will be a very important game. But otherwise, I think if Fnatic loses against Na'Vi, they still have a pretty strong chance to go. But if they don't, if Na'Vi loses, then they are not having a strong case anymore. Anyways, we'll find out. The official starting time for the next game is only 30 minutes from now, because of course we are way ahead of schedule with this 9.5 minute GG call here. And that is going to be a break where I'm going to play a lot of music in. So I'm hoping that you're ready for some oldies, or at least it should be oldies. We'll find out some nice songs. Anyways, stick around, and I will also see if I can find on very short notice a decent co-caster for Fnatic versus Na'Vi. Anyway, stick around. I'll be right back.